According to NASA, there are 25 astronauts in Ohio. These astronauts have participated in more than 80 space missions, including 3 trips to the moon, and have accumulated more than 22,000 hours of spaceflight. Famous astronauts from Ohio include Neil Armstrong, John Glenn, and Judith Resnick. Ohio is the 4th state with the most astronauts in the United States. Some of Ohio's most notable astronauts include Neil Armstrong, the first person to walk on the moon; John Glenn, the first American to orbit the Earth; Jim Lovell, the first astronaut to make 4 space flights. Ohio, the state everyone loves to mock, the punchline to 1,000 jokes about boring places and flyover country. But here's what nobody talks about. It's quietly been the most important state in American history, yet rarely gets proper credit. This is the place that gave us the Wright brothers, Thomas Edison, and 25 astronauts. But let's start at the beginning, because Ohio's story is really America's story in miniature. Before European settlers, Native American tribes like the Shawnee, Miami, and Wyandot lived here. The name Ohio comes from the Seneca word Ohio, meaning Great River, a fitting name for the Ohio River, which forms the state's southern border and served as early America's highway. The first European to explore Ohio was probably René Robert Cavelier, Sieur de la Salle, in 1669. The French claimed the territory, then the British took it over, and finally, after the Revolutionary War, it became part of the new United States under the Northwest Ordinance of 1787. Legally, Ohio's story gets fascinating. The Northwest Ordinance was basically the instruction manual for how to turn wilderness into states, and Ohio was the test case. The ordinance prohibited slavery in the Northwest Territory, meaning Ohio would enter the Union as a free state. This decision would echo through American history. Ohio officially became the 17th state on March 1, 1803. Amusingly, Congress never formally voted on its statehood until 1953, 150 years later. Only in America could we forget to properly admit a state to the Union for a century and a half. Early settlers brought diverse politics. New Englanders settled the Western Reserve in northeastern Ohio, bringing Yankee sensibilities and abolitionist leanings. Germans settled heavily in Cincinnati, creating a cultural influence that persists today. Cincinnati, once Porkopolis, led the nation in pork packing before Chicago. Its location on the Ohio River made it perfect for shipping products down to New Orleans and up to Pittsburgh. It wasn't the most glamorous nickname, but it made Cincinnati rich. Meanwhile, Cleveland became an industrial powerhouse thanks to its location on Lake Erie and the Ohio and Erie Canal, built in 1832. This canal connected Lake Erie to the Ohio River, making Ohio the crucial link between the Great Lakes and the Mississippi River system. Suddenly, goods could flow from New York to New Orleans through Ohio. The state became America's literal and figurative crossroads. Ohio's Civil War role was pivotal. Though a free state, it was deeply divided. Southern counties sympathized with the Confederacy, while northern ones, influenced by New England abolitionists, were strongly pro-Union. This tension created some of the most dramatic moments in Ohio's history. Ohio sent over 300,000 men to fight for the Union, more soldiers per capita than almost any other state. But the state also had its share of Confederate sympathizers, known as Copperheads. The most famous was Clement Vallandigham, a congressman so vocally opposed to the war that Lincoln had him arrested and exiled to the Confederacy. Vallandigham's story is wild. Smuggled back into Ohio disguised as a Confederate soldier, he ran for governor from exile, losing by only 100,000 votes. The only Confederate military action on Ohio soil was Morgan's raid in 1863, when Confederate General John Hunt Morgan led 2,400 cavalry troops on a rampage through southern Ohio. For 3 weeks, Morgan's raiders terrorized the countryside, stealing horses and burning bridges, before their capture near the Pennsylvania border, giving Ohioans a taste of war. Ohio also played a crucial role in the Underground Railroad. The Ohio River, a boundary between slavery and freedom, saw countless enslaved people cross to liberty. Cities like Cincinnati, Oberlin, and Ripley became major stations. Oberlin College, founded in 1833, was among the first to admit women and African Americans. The town was so committed to abolition that residents resisted federal marshals enforcing the Fugitive Slave Act. Post-Civil War, Ohio entered its Gilded Age, becoming an industrial juggernaut. Cleveland's steel mills, Cincinnati's machine shops, Toledo's glass factories, and Akron's rubber plants made Ohio one of the wealthiest states. Ohio produced its share of robber barons, John D. Rockefeller built Standard Oil from Cleveland, minting millionaires. Ohio's golden age of innovation began in the late 19th century. Dayton's Orville and Wilbur Wright, bicycle mechanics, earned Ohio its aviation birthplace reputation. Though their first powered flight was at Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, on December 17, 1903, they built and tested their flying machine in Dayton. Kitty Hawk merely offered ideal wind and dunes. The Wright brothers' story is quintessentially Ohioan, practical, methodical, and understated. They simply sought to solve an engineering problem, applying the systematic thinking from their bicycle shop to flight, and literally changed the world. Visit the Wright Brothers National Museum at Carillon Historical Park in Dayton to see the 1905 Wright Flyer 3, the world's first practical airplane. Around the same time, Thomas Edison, born in Milan, Ohio, revolutionized the world from his Menlo Park, New Jersey laboratory. Edison's Ohio childhood shaped his inventive spirit. He was always tinkering, always asking, what if? His mother, Nancy Edison, homeschooled him after his teachers declared him too dumb to learn anything. Ohio's innovation extends beyond the Wright brothers and Edison. Akron became the rubber capital of the world, thanks to companies like Goodyear, Firestone, and B.F. Goodrich. Detroit's automobiles rolled on Akron-made tires. Akron's rubber barons built Gatsby-esque mansions, some still open for tours. Ohio, a state known for its industrious spirit and heartland values, holds a rather surprising distinction. It's a veritable breeding ground for presidents. 8 U.S. presidents hailed from Ohio, more than any state except Virginia, surpassing even political powerhouses like New York, California, or Texas. This impressive legacy has cemented Ohio's place in American political history. The list reads like a who's who of 19th century American politics. William Henry Harrison, Ulysses S. Grant, Rutherford B. Hayes, James A. Garfield, Benjamin Harrison, William McKinley, William Howard Taft, and Warren G. Harding. These names echo through the halls of American history. Some were more successful than others, their presidencies marked by triumph or mired in controversy. The spectrum of leadership is broad within this Ohio cohort. William Henry Harrison holds the unfortunate record for the shortest presidency, succumbing to illness and dying after a mere 31 days in office. His term serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of life, even in the highest office. Warren G. Harding's administration was notoriously corrupt, plagued by scandals like Teapot Dome that shook the nation's confidence in its leaders. His legacy remains a cautionary tale of unchecked power and ethical lapses. But then there's Ulysses S. Grant, the celebrated Civil War general who saved the Union, and William McKinley, who skillfully led America into the 20th century as a burgeoning world power. These figures represent the heights of leadership and national progress. Perhaps Ohio's most interesting president was James A. Garfield, born in a humble log cabin, who remarkably rose to become a college president, a distinguished Civil War general, a respected congressman, and finally, the President of the United States. His life story is a testament to the American dream. Garfield was a true Renaissance man, a scholar of immense talent, famously capable of writing Latin with one hand and ancient Greek with the other simultaneously. This intellectual prowess set him apart from his peers. He was also the last president born in a log cabin, a symbolic figure marking the end of an era of humble beginnings for American presidents. His background resonated with the common man. Tragically, his promising presidency was cut short. He was assassinated just 4 months into his term, leaving the nation in mourning. Visit the James A. Garfield National Historic Site in Mentor, Ohio, where his home is meticulously preserved, offering visitors a fascinating glimpse into 19th century American life, family dynamics, and the political landscape of the time. Overlooking the serene expanse of Lake Erie from the porch of his home, you can almost imagine Garfield contemplating the weighty decisions that shaped his political future and the destiny of the nation. Ohio's political influence extends far beyond the impressive roster of presidents it has produced. The state's impact on national elections is undeniable. The state has long been considered a crucial political bellwether, a key indicator of national sentiment for over a century. Its voting patterns often mirror the broader trends across the country. There's an old saying, often repeated during election years, "As Ohio goes, so goes the nation." This adage reflects the state's perceived ability to predict the outcome of presidential races. From 1896 to 2020, Ohio voted for the winning presidential candidate in every election, except for two notable exceptions, 1944 and 1960. This impressive track record has solidified its reputation as a political oracle. Political strategists and analysts meticulously study Ohio like a crucial bellwether, carefully scrutinizing voting patterns and demographic shifts, all in search of early signs of what's to come in the national election. Ohio's cultural contributions are as significant as its political ones, often flying under the radar, yet deeply woven into the fabric of American identity. From groundbreaking music to influential literature, Ohio has consistently punched above its weight in shaping the nation's artistic landscape. Take music, for example. Ohio gave us the king of pop, Michael Jackson, who spent his formative years in Ohio as part of the Jackson 5. His unparalleled talent and groundbreaking performances captivated the world, leaving an indelible mark on popular culture. The state also produced R&B legends like the OJs from Canton, whose soulful harmonies defined an era, and rock icons like Devo and the Black Keys from Akron, who brought their unique sounds to the forefront of the music scene. These artists represent just a small fraction of Ohio's diverse musical talent, but perhaps Ohio's greatest musical contribution is less obvious yet arguably more profound: the birthplace of rock and roll radio. This pivotal moment in music history forever changed the way we consume and appreciate music. In 1951, Cleveland DJ Alan Freed coined the term rock and roll, playing R&B for integrated audiences, breaking down racial barriers and shaping youth culture in a way that had never been seen before. His courage and vision paved the way for a more inclusive and vibrant musical landscape. Today, Cleveland is home to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, a gleaming pyramid on the shores of Lake Erie, a testament to Ohio's enduring legacy in the world of music. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is more than just a museum. It's a pilgrimage site for music lovers from all corners of the globe, a place where they can connect with the history and spirit of their favorite artists. The I.M. Pei-designed building, a geometric glass pyramid, rises majestically from the lakefront like a crystal mountain, a beacon of musical inspiration. Inside, you'll find everything from Elvis's iconic leather jacket to John Lennon's handwritten lyrics, tracing the evolution of American music from its roots in blues and country to its current status as a global phenomenon. Ohio also boasts a surprisingly rich and diverse literary heritage, often overlooked but deeply impactful. Sherwood Anderson, author of the seminal work Winesburg, Ohio, masterfully captured the essence of small-town American life, influencing generations of writers, including literary giants like Ernest Hemingway and William Faulkner. Nobel Prize winner Toni Morrison, the celebrated author of Beloved, was born and raised in Lorain, Ohio, bringing a unique perspective to the world of literature. Her powerful and moving novels explore the complexities of the African-American experience with profound depth, unflinching honesty, and breathtaking beauty, solidifying her place as one of the most important voices in American literature. But the state's contributions to literature don't stop with classic novels. They extend into the realm of popular culture as well, shaping the entertainment landscape we know and love. Superman, one of the most iconic superheroes of all time, was created by two teenagers from Cleveland, Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, back in 1938. Their creation quickly became an American icon, a symbol of hope and the ultimate immigrant success story wrapped in a red cape, forever changing the world of comics and popular culture. Let's tour modern Ohio's three major cities, each with a distinct personality. Cleveland, the Forest City, sits on Lake Erie, a Rust Belt phoenix slowly rising. The city faced tough times in the 1970s and 80s, famously when the Cuyahoga River caught fire in 1969. But Cleveland has reinvented itself as a cultural and medical powerhouse. The Cleveland Clinic is one of the world's premier medical institutions, attracting global patients. The city's cultural scene is anchored by the Cleveland Orchestra, consistently ranked among the world's finest, and the Cleveland Museum of Art, with its incredible 6,000-year collection. Downtown Cleveland transformed through smart urban planning and investment. The Flats, once an industrial wasteland along the Cuyahoga River, is now a vibrant entertainment district. The West Side Market, operating since 1912, is a food lover's paradise, offering everything from Polish pierogies to Ohio's famous Buckeye candies. Cincinnati, Ohio's first major city, blends 19th century charm with 21st century innovation. The city's Over-the-Rhine neighborhood boasts the largest collection of Italianate architecture in the United States. These beautiful brick buildings, once home to German immigrants, are now restored, housing trendy restaurants, craft breweries, and boutique shops. Cincinnati's food scene is legendary among those in the know. This is the birthplace of Cincinnati chili, a unique dish that tops spaghetti with a meat sauce spiced with cinnamon, chocolate, and other secret ingredients. It sounds unique, but it's delicious, and Cincinnatians fiercely protect their local chili parlors like Skyline and Gold Star. Columbus, the state capital and largest city, is Ohio's best-kept secret. Home to Ohio State University, one of America's largest, Columbus blends college-town energy with metropolitan sophistication. The Short North Arts District is a vibrant neighborhood of galleries, theaters, and restaurants. Ohio State University is more than a school, it's a cultural institution. The Buckeyes football team has a following bordering on religious devotion. Ohio Stadium, the Shoe, holds over 100,000, making it one of the world's largest. On game days, Columbus swells to Ohio's fifth largest city from the influx of fans. But Columbus isn't just football, it's a major test market for American businesses, its demographics mirroring the US. If a concept succeeds here, it likely will anywhere, making it a fascinating laboratory for consumer culture. Beyond major cities, Ohio's smaller communities each tell a piece of the American story. Oberlin, with its historic college and social justice commitment, feels like a New England town in the Midwest. Yellow Springs, home to Antioch College, has been a haven for artists, activists, and freethinkers for over a century. Its main street lined with quirky shops, organic cafes, and timeless bookstores. Then there's Hocking Hills in southeastern Ohio, a region of stunning natural beauty. The area features dramatic rock formations, waterfalls, and hiking trails rivaling more famous national parks. Old Man's Cave, Ash Cave, and Cedar Falls are geological wonders carved by millennia of water erosion. Ohio's tourist attractions often surprise visitors with their quality and significance. The National Museum of the United States Air Force at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base near Dayton is the world's largest military aviation museum. It houses over 360 aircraft and missiles, including the plane that dropped the atomic bomb on Nagasaki and the sole surviving XB-70 Valkyrie supersonic bomber. The museum tells the story of American aviation from the Wright brothers to the Space Shuttle program, and it's free. Spend a day wandering through hangars filled with everything from World War I biplanes to modern stealth fighters, including presidential aircraft used by Roosevelt, Truman, and Eisenhower. For a different attraction, Cincinnati's American Sign Museum celebrates the art and history of American signage. It's a fascinating neon-lit journey through commercial culture. The museum's collection includes vintage neon signs, roadside advertising, and the tools used to create America's visual landscape. Cedar Point in Sandusky, America's roller coaster capital, boasts 17 roller coasters, more than any other park globally. The Millennium Force, Steel Vengeance, and Maverick are legendary. The park sits on a Lake Erie peninsula, offering spectacular lake views as riders are hurled through the air. Perhaps Ohio's most unique attraction is Adams County's Serpent Mound, a 348-foot-long earthwork built by Native Americans over 1,000 years ago. The largest serpent effigy in the world, it reminds us of Ohio's deep human history. Remember Ohio's astronaut legacy? It's not just a random fact, it speaks profoundly to Ohio's character. The state produced 24 astronauts, including John Glenn, the first American to orbit Earth, and Neil Armstrong, the first human to walk on the moon. John Glenn's story is quintessentially Ohioan. Born in Cambridge, he was a Marine fighter pilot, test pilot, astronaut, and U.S. Senator. In 1962, at 40, he orbited Earth 3 times in Friendship 7, becoming a national hero. Glenn wasn't done. In 1998, at 77, he returned to space aboard Space Shuttle Discovery, becoming the oldest person to fly in space. Neil Armstrong from Wapakoneta was understated in classic Ohio fashion. When he stepped onto the lunar surface on July 20, 1969, he delivered one of history's most famous lines, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." Armstrong's modesty meant he rarely gave interviews, crediting the entire Apollo program over his own role. The Neil Armstrong Air and Space Museum in Wapakoneta tells Ohio's space exploration story. The museum's prized possession is the Gemini 8th spacecraft Armstrong commanded in 1966, performing the first successful docking of 2 vehicles in space. The museum also has a piece of the Wright Flyer that Armstrong carried to the moon, symbolically connecting Ohio's aviation and space legacies. Why so many astronauts? Part is practical. The state's strong aerospace industry and engineering schools create a pipeline. But deeper, Ohio has always been a place where practical dreamers thrive, tackling seemingly impossible problems with a let's figure this out mindset. No discussion of Ohio is complete without sports. Ohioans take their teams very seriously. The state is home to passionate fan bases, enduring decades of heartbreak with near-masochistic loyalty. Cleveland sports fans are legendary for their suffering. The city endured 52 years without a major sports championship. The Browns haven't won a championship since 1964. The Indians, now Guardians, came agonizingly close to World Series victories in 1995, 1997, and 2016. But when LeBron James led the Cleveland Cavaliers to the 2016 NBA championship, defeating the Golden State Warriors after being down 3-1, the city erupted. LeBron James from Akron has deep ties to his home state. His 2010 departure for Miami felt like betrayal, but his 2014 return with a championship promise made him a symbol of Ohio loyalty and determination. Cincinnati has its own sports heartbreak. The Bengals reached 3 Super Bowls, losing all 3. The Cincinnati Reds, however, have a proud history, including the 1970s Big Red Machine, one of baseball's greatest teams. They won back-to-back World Series in 1975 and 1976, led by Johnny Bench, Joe Morgan, and Pete Rose. Pete Rose, Cincinnati's hometown hero, embodies Ohio sports culture's best and worst. Charlie Hustle was a scrappy, hustling player, holding the MLB record for career hits with 4,256. But his gambling while managing the Reds led to a lifetime ban and Hall of Fame exclusion. Ohio's food culture reflects its diverse immigrant heritage and Midwestern sensibilities. Beyond Cincinnati chili, there's more. Cleveland is famous for its Polish boy sandwich, kielbasa, coleslaw, fries, and BBQ sauce on a bun. It sounds wild, but it's delicious. The state is also known for Buckeye candies, peanut butter balls dipped in chocolate, resembling Ohio's state tree nuts. Popular during Ohio State football season, they're sold at games and tailgate parties. Ohio's German heritage is evident in its beer culture. Cincinnati, once home to dozens of breweries, has seen a craft beer renaissance in recent years after Prohibition. Breweries like Rheingeist, Mad Tree, and Taft's Ale House create world-class beers, honoring tradition while pushing boundaries. The state's agricultural heritage is celebrated at summer county fairs. The Ohio State Fair in Columbus, one of the nation's largest, features butter cow sculptures, pig races, and deep-fried everything. These fairs unite urban and rural Ohio, allowing city kids to pet farm animals and farmers to showcase prize-winning vegetables. Ohio's Amish communities, primarily in Holmes County, offer a glimpse into a simpler way of life. Home to the world's largest Amish population, visitors can tour farms, buy handmade goods, and experience a centuries-old culture. The contrast of Amish buggies sharing roads with modern cars perfectly metaphors Ohio itself, where tradition and progress coexist. Ohio's natural beauty is often overlooked, yet offers surprising diversity for explorers. Lake Erie, one of the Great Lakes, forms Ohio's northern border with 312 miles of shoreline. It offers excellent fishing, boating, and swimming, and its islands like Put-in-Bay on South Bass Island are popular summer destinations. Put-in-Bay is Ohio's Key West, a laid-back island where golf carts are preferred and life slows. The island is home to Perry's Victory and International Peace Memorial, commemorating Commodore Oliver Hazard Perry's War of 1812 victory in the Battle of Lake Erie. Cuyahoga Valley National Park, between Cleveland and Akron, preserves 33,000 acres of forests, wetlands, and rolling hills. The park follows the historic Ohio and Erie Canal, offering hiking and biking on the 87-mile towpath trail. The Cuyahoga Valley Scenic Railroad also offers scenic train rides. Hocking Hills State Park in southeastern Ohio features some of the Midwest's most dramatic scenery. Its sandstone cliffs, waterfalls, and rock formations, carved by millennia of erosion, create a landscape more akin to Kentucky or Tennessee than Ohio. Old Man's Cave, the park's most famous feature, is a large recessed cave with a 40-foot waterfall. The Ohio River, forming the state's southern border, offers recreational opportunities. Popular for boating and fishing, its banks are lined with historic towns vital to Ohio's development. Marietta, founded in 1788 as the first permanent Northwest Territory settlement, retains much 18th-century charm. Modern Ohio remains a center of innovation and industry, its economy evolving from heavy manufacturing roots. It's now a leader in advanced manufacturing, aerospace, healthcare, and renewable energy. Cleveland Clinic, headquartered in Cleveland, consistently ranks among the world's top hospitals. Pioneering procedures like the first U.S. face transplant, it's a major economic driver, employing over 50,000 and attracting global patients. Ohio's aerospace industry builds on the Wright brothers' legacy. The state hosts major aerospace companies and suppliers, and NASA's Glenn Research Center in Cleveland conducts cutting-edge aeronautics and space technology research. The center's work on electric aircraft propulsion and space exploration continues Ohio's tradition of pushing flight boundaries. Ohio has also become a leader in renewable energy, particularly wind power. Its wind farms power hundreds of thousands of homes, and its manufacturing expertise makes it a center for wind turbine production. GE and Siemens have major wind energy operations here. Ohio's automotive industry has also evolved. While lacking Detroit's name recognition, it's a major center of automotive production and innovation. Honda has manufactured cars in Ohio since 1982. Its Marysville plant was the first Japanese auto plant in the U.S. today. Honda produces more cars in Ohio than in Japan. The state is also becoming an EV production center. GM's Lordstown plant, once shuttered, is now home to Lordstown Motors, an electric truck startup. This transformation symbolizes Ohio's adaptability. Ohio's commitment to education and research drives its success. The state hosts several world-class universities contributing significantly to research and innovation. Ohio State University, with over 60,000 students, is one of the largest U.S. universities and a major research institution. OSU's Wexner Medical Center is a leading academic medical center combining patient care, medical education, and research. The university's research spans cancer treatment, agricultural science, and materials engineering. The campus itself is like a small city, with its own power plant, police, and transportation. Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland is a smaller, equally prestigious institution known for its medicine, engineering, and business programs. Its medical school consistently ranks among the nation's top, and its engineering programs have produced innovations from artificial hearts to advanced materials. The University of Cincinnati has made significant contributions to architecture and design. Its College of Design, Architecture, Art, and Planning has produced numerous notable architects and designers, and the campus showcases innovative architecture by world-renowned figures like Peter Eisenman and Bernard Tschumi. Ohio's community college system is noteworthy for its focus on workforce development and technical training, working closely with local industries to provide skilled workers for growing sectors. The state's investment extends to K-12. Ohio has led in educational innovation, including early adoption of computer-based learning and STEM programs. Its schools consistently rank in the top half nationally, with several districts serving as national models. What is it about Ohio that produced so many presidents, astronauts, inventors, and innovators? It's the Ohio character: practical idealism, quiet determination, and unpretentious excellence. Ohioans don't brag. Neil Armstrong, the first on the moon, became a quiet college professor. The Wright brothers, after their historic flight, focused on perfecting their invention rather than celebrity. This modesty sometimes works against Ohio's reputation. It lacks California's flash, Massachusetts' gravitas, New York's cachet, or Texas's larger-than-life personality. But perhaps that's its success, a focus on getting things done, not getting credit. Ohio's location at America's crossroads shaped its character, always a meeting place of cultures, ideas, and influences. New England Yankees brought work ethic and educational values. German immigrants brought brewing and manufacturing skills. Appalachian migrants brought music and storytelling traditions. This cultural mixing created a distinctive Ohio sensibility: practical, ambitious, innovative, valuing substance over style, results over rhetoric. Ohio's political culture reflects this character. Its politicians from across the spectrum share pragmatism, a focus on getting things done, and cross-party collaboration. This makes Ohio a reliable political bellwether, where practical problem-solving trumps ideology. Like much of the Rust Belt, Ohio faced significant economic challenges. The decline of heavy manufacturing hit cities like Cleveland, Akron, and Youngstown hard. Steel mills closed, rubber plants moved overseas, and neighborhoods were abandoned. But Ohio's response reflects its resilient spirit. Instead of lamenting job losses, Communities diversified economies and attracted new industries. Cleveland reinvented itself as a healthcare and biotech hub. Akron leveraged its rubber industry expertise to become a center for polymer research and advanced materials. The state also invested heavily in infrastructure and education to attract new businesses. Ohio's excellent highway system connects to major Midwest and East Coast markets. Airports like Cleveland Hopkins and Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky, provide convenient national and international access. Ohio's tax policies attract business investment while maintaining public services. It eliminated its estate tax and reduced income taxes, all while supporting education and infrastructure. The result is a gradual but steady economic recovery. Ohio's unemployment rate has fallen significantly, attracting new investments in aerospace, automotive, healthcare, and technology. But recovery isn't uniform. Rural areas and smaller industrial cities struggle with population loss and economic decline. The opioid crisis has hit Ohio particularly hard, with one of the nation's highest overdose death rates. These real challenges spur innovation and community action. Ohio communities experiment with new economic development approaches, from downtown revitalization to rural entrepreneurship. Ohio's cultural scene is far richer than most realize. Cleveland's cultural institutions rival those of much larger cities. The Cleveland Orchestra, led by Franz Welser Most, consistently ranks among the world's finest, performing in the acoustically perfect architectural gem, Severance Hall. The Cleveland Museum of Art houses one of America's finest art collections, strong in Asian art, European paintings, and contemporary works. Its recent renovation created stunning new galleries, making it a global art destination. Cleveland's theater scene is anchored by Playhouse Square, the second largest performing arts center in the U.S. after New York's Lincoln Center, hosting Broadway tours, concerts, and local performances in historic theaters. Cincinnati's cultural scene is equally impressive. The Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra, founded in 1895, is one of America's oldest, performing in the beautifully restored Victorian Gothic Music Hall. The Cincinnati Opera, founded in 1920, is the second oldest U.S. opera company. The city's contemporary art scene thrives. The Zaha Hadid-designed Contemporary Arts Center is an architectural marvel, housing cutting-edge art, its flowing curves and dramatic spaces, challenging perceptions of a museum. Columbus has also emerged as a major arts destination. The Columbus Museum of Art has an excellent collection, and the Short North Arts District is filled with galleries, studios, and performance spaces. The annual Dublin Irish Festival and Ohio State Fair showcase the state's diverse cultural heritage. Ohio knows how to party. Its festival calendar is packed with celebrations reflecting diverse heritage and interests. The Ohio State Fair, held annually in Columbus, is one of the country's largest, attracting nearly 1 million visitors. The fair celebrates Ohio agriculture, featuring livestock competitions, exhibits, and abundant fair food. The butter cow sculpture is a beloved tradition. It also features major concerts, carnival rides, and competitions from pie eating to tractor pulls. Cleveland's summer festival season kicks off with the Cleveland International Film Festival, one of the largest U.S. film festivals, showcasing independent films and launching filmmakers' careers. The city's Feast of the Assumption in Cleveland's Little Italy is one of the largest Italian-American festivals. The 4-day celebration features authentic Italian food, live music, and religious processions honoring immigrant heritage. Cincinnati's Oktoberfest Cincinnati is the largest U.S. Oktoberfest, attracting over 500,000 visitors each September. It celebrates the city's German heritage with authentic food, beer, and music. The chicken dance is mandatory. The Dublin Irish Festival, held annually in Dublin, Ohio, is one of the world's largest Irish festivals. The 3-day event features Irish music, dance, food, and cultural exhibits celebrating Irish heritage and its influence on American culture. Ohio's smaller communities host unique festivals. The Circleville Pumpkin Show, held annually since 1903, celebrates harvest with pumpkin-themed everything: pie, burgers, ice cream, and beer. As we conclude our journey through the heartland, let's take a moment to reflect on the unique tapestry that makes Ohio special, and cast our gaze forward to its promising future. We've explored its history, its industries, and its people. Now, it's time to consider what lies ahead for this dynamic state. Ohio has always been a place where the American dream feels not just possible, but achievable. A place where success is built through hard work, dedication to education, and a spirit of innovation, rather than fleeting get-rich-quick schemes. It's a state where perseverance pays off. The state's challenges are real, including population shifts, the ongoing economic transition, and the ever-present need for infrastructure improvements. But so are its considerable strengths. These include world-class universities that foster groundbreaking research, an excellent transportation network connecting the state and beyond, a diverse and resilient economy, and perhaps most importantly, a highly skilled and dedicated workforce. The state is strategically positioning itself for the future by making significant investments in emerging industries. These include the burgeoning renewable energy sector, advanced manufacturing techniques that are revolutionizing production, and the cutting-edge field of biotechnology, which holds immense promise for medical advancements and economic growth. Ohio's aerospace industry continues to build upon the monumental legacy of the Wright brothers, developing everything from state-of-the-art commercial aircraft to groundbreaking space exploration technologies that will shape the future of travel beyond our planet. The spirit of innovation that took flight in Dayton continues to soar. The state's healthcare sector is becoming increasingly important, not just as a major employer providing countless jobs, but also as a crucial driver of innovation, pushing the boundaries of medical science and patient care. Cleveland Clinic's pioneering research into personalized medicine, tailoring treatments to individual patients, and the application of artificial intelligence in healthcare has the potential to revolutionize how we approach and deliver medical care in the years to come. Cincinnati Children's Hospital stands as a beacon of hope, leading the way in pediatric research and treatment, offering cutting-edge care to young patients and their families from around the world. Ohio's universities are proactively adapting to the demands of a rapidly changing global economy, ensuring that their graduates are well prepared for the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. Specialized programs in high-demand fields such as data science, cybersecurity, and advanced manufacturing are equipping students with the skills and knowledge they need to thrive in tomorrow's job market, ensuring Ohio remains competitive in the 21st century. Community colleges are forging strong partnerships with local employers to provide targeted training programs that address specific regional skills gaps, ensuring that businesses have access to a pipeline of qualified workers. Most importantly, Ohio is actively working to retain its homegrown talent and attract bright young minds from across the country and around the world, recognizing that its future prosperity depends on a vibrant and engaged workforce. Cities like Columbus, Cleveland, and Cincinnati are making strategic investments in the amenities that young professionals crave: walkable neighborhoods with a strong sense of community, a thriving cultural scene with diverse attractions, ample opportunities for recreation and outdoor activities, and dynamic entrepreneurial ecosystems that foster innovation and collaboration. Ohio's political leadership understands that the state's future success hinges on its ability to adapt to changing circumstances and embrace innovation, while simultaneously upholding the core values that have made Ohio great: a strong work ethic, a practical approach to problem solving, and a deep-rooted commitment to community. So here's to Ohio, the state that not only taught America to fly, but also sent more astronauts to space than any other, and gave us 8 presidents who shaped the course of our nation, along with countless innovations that have transformed the world. It may not always be the flashiest or most attention-grabbing state, but Ohio has been a quietly essential contributor to the American story for over 2 centuries, consistently providing the foundation for progress and prosperity. Ohio has produced more astronauts who have ventured into the vast expanse of space than any other state in the Union. Yet surprisingly, most Americans would struggle to name even 3 things that truly make it special and set it apart. But now you can. Now you know about the groundbreaking achievements of the Wright brothers, the transformative inventions of Thomas Edison, the courageous stories of the Underground Railroad, the influential presidents who hailed from Ohio, the iconic Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and the world-class hospitals that are pushing the boundaries of medical science. You know that Ohio is a place where practical dreamers, driven by a relentless pursuit of innovation, are constantly working to change the world, one groundbreaking idea at a time. It's a place where the American dream is not just a nostalgic memory of a mythical past, but a vibrant and tangible reality in the present, embodied by the everyday people who are working tirelessly to build something better for themselves, their families, and their communities. That's Ohio's real secret. It's not about striving to be the biggest, the loudest, or the most famous. It's about something far more profound and enduring. It's about being the place where things get done, where complex problems are solved with ingenuity and determination, and where the future is being actively built by people who believe that hard work, collaboration, and a spirit of innovation can make anything possible. And maybe, just maybe, that unwavering commitment to hard work, innovation, and community is exactly what America needs right now as we navigate the challenges and opportunities of the 21st century. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment.